Imagine an ocean so vast, so deep, that sunlight never touches its floor. Now imagine a hunter in that darkness, a creature with a skull bigger than a bathtub, and jaws that could swallow a person whole. This isn't a monster from a movie. This was the Shastasaurus. For a long time, we thought we knew the story of the ichthyosaurs, those dolphin-like reptiles that ruled the Triassic seas. We pictured them as smaller, agile hunters, snapping up fish and squid. But then, a discovery in British Columbia, Canada, shattered everything we thought we knew. In the remote mountains, paleontologists unearthed a fossil that defied belief, a colossal skull measuring over 5.5 meters long. That's nearly 18 feet. The creature attached to it would have been gargantuan, stretching over 21 meters or nearly 70 feet from snout to tail. That's longer than a bowling lane. This was Shastasaurus cycaniensis. At first glance, you might think a creature this enormous, with a head that size, would be the ultimate apex predator. A prehistoric killing machine armed with rows of terrifying teeth. You'd picture it chasing down other giant marine reptiles, its massive jaws closing with unstoppable force. The reality, however, is far stranger and, in some ways, even more fascinating. When scientists closely examined that massive skull, they found something shocking. It was completely toothless. How could a predator this gigantic have no teeth? The answer lies in its hunting strategy. Shastasaurus wasn't a biter, it was a gulper. It was a suction feeder, but on a scale never before imagined. Picture this beast gliding silently through the dark, prehistoric ocean. It approaches a dense school of soft-bodied ammonites or unsuspecting fish. Its mouth, a vast cavernous opening, suddenly flies open. This action creates a powerful, inescapable vacuum, a vortex in the water that sucks in everything in its path. Entire schools of prey would be drawn into its throat in a single, silent, massive gulp. No crunching, no tearing, just a quiet, terrifying disappearance. It didn't need teeth because its prey was swallowed whole, helpless against the immense negative pressure. This method of feeding was incredibly efficient, allowing it to consume huge quantities of food with minimal energy expenditure, which is crucial for maintaining such a massive body. Let's dive deeper into the world Shastasaurus inhabited. The late Triassic period, around 210 million years ago, was a time of incredible change. The supercontinent Pangaea was beginning to break apart, and the oceans were teeming with life. These weren't the familiar oceans of today. The water chemistry was different, the coastlines were alien, and the creatures within were like something from another world. Alongside Shastasaurus swam other ichthyosaurs, but none matched its sheer scale. There were long-necked plesiosaurs just beginning their evolutionary journey, and strange armored placodonts that grazed on shellfish near the coasts. Above the waves, pterosaurs with leathery wings soared through the skies. It was a dynamic, dangerous, and thriving ecosystem. The discovery of Shastasaurus cycaniensis was a pivotal moment in paleontology. The specimen, found in the Pardnet Formation, was so large and so remote that it took years to fully excavate and study. The team had to battle harsh weather and rugged terrain just to access the site. But their persistence paid off, revealing a creature that reshaped our understanding of marine reptile evolution. It showed us that gigantism in the oceans wasn't just a feature of the age of dinosaurs or the era of whales. It had ancient roots. Shastasaurus was one of Earth's first true giants, a pioneer of colossal size in the marine realm. The question remains, why did he get so big? The answer likely lies in the classic evolutionary arms race and the availability of resources. In the Triassic oceans, there was an abundance of food, particularly large schools of cephalopods and fish. Growing to an immense size offered several advantages. First, it made Shastasaurus virtually immune to predation. What could possibly hunt a 70-foot-long toothless giant? Second, a larger body is more energy efficient for long-distance travel in open water, a lifestyle known as a pelagic cruising. It could roam vast distances across the Panthalassic Ocean in search of food. Its massive body also had greater thermal inertia, helping it maintain a stable body temperature in waters that could fluctuate. But what's truly mind-boggling is that Shastasaurus might not have even been the biggest of its kind. Fragmentary remains from other parts of the world suggest there could have been even larger ichthyosaurs. Jawbones found in the UK hint at creatures that could have rivaled, or perhaps even surpassed, the size of a modern blue whale, potentially reaching lengths of 26 meters or 85 feet. We are talking about the largest animals that have ever lived on our planet. It's a humbling thought that these titans swam in our oceans over 200 million years ago, long before the dinosaurs reached their peak size. Imagine the final moments of this colossal creature. After a long life, perhaps decades of ruling the Triassic seas, its massive body finally gives out. It slowly sinks through the water column, a silent giant descending into the abyss. Its carcass would have become an entire ecosystem on the seafloor, a whale fall before whales even existed. Scavengers, from small crustaceans to larger marine reptiles, would have feasted on it for years, recycling its nutrients back into the ocean. Eventually, only the bones would remain, slowly being buried by sediment over millions of years, waiting patiently to be discovered by a new, curious species on a planet it would no longer recognize. The story of Shastasaurus is a powerful reminder that the history of life on Earth is full of surprises. It challenges our preconceptions and forces us to rethink what was possible. It wasn't a ferocious, toothy monster like a Mosasaurus or a Megalodon. It was something different, a gentle giant in its own way, a master of a unique and powerful hunting technique, a silent, colossal vacuum cleaner of the ancient seas, a beast with a skull bigger than a bathtub that killed without ever needing to bite. And the most chilling part, for millions of years, giants like this were the undisputed rulers of our planet's oceans. And we are only just beginning to uncover the true scale of their reign.